to join and then we can start. Phew. Yeah, that feels good. That definitely feels good. Like I am exhausted, you guys. I don't want to lie. Like, why is it that every time on Monday I tend to get overly exhausted? I mean, like, if there's a day that I can never get used to, it's Monday. Oh, Monday is just exhausting, man. It is exhausting. Every time on Monday, I honestly feel like dying because wow. Mm-mm. So the shit. I am tired. Or maybe it's because of this heat. Plus, the weather in South Africa has been on and off lately. 1 minute it's cold, 1 minute it's rainy, the next it's hot. Like today, it is very hot. It is so hot, you guys. Like, I can't. It's too much. Yeah. Nah, guys, let me start. Let me start. My favorite soap is about to start, so I might as well. And I hope you guys been good. How are you guys doing? How are you guys? How's January treating y'all so far? Not like, man, or maybe it's still early, But I've been happy, I've been happy. Like I've been happy. I'm really looking forward to this year. Like, man, I've been happy. I've been positive. I've been smiling and optimistic every day, and that's gonna be my mood for the rest of the year. Period. How are you guys? How are you guys doing? Oh, sorry for burping. Sorry about that. It happens all the time. Yeah, I think I should start. Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of Reading My Subscribers Scary Stories. Yo, we are back. I am back. I am back and I'm better. I am back and I'm better. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to be continuing with our series of Reading My Subscribers Scary Stories, right? So, let's start. Like, I'm honestly so hot. It is so hot in this room, and my brother is using the fan, and that is the only fan that's working. So yeah, I just hope that this video won't be long because I'm hot. It's hot in here, in fact, so I don't want to faint. So yeah, let's start. Our first story, it's titled "The Honeymoon in Africa," right? So yeah, they dated for 3 years before he popped the question. She said yes, and their wedding took place on November the 13th. Okay, why is this phone so dark? Sorry about that. They booked the honeymoon in Botswana as it would be warm there, and they both were nature lovers. I have never been to Botswana before, honestly, and I still want to go there. And I am still going to go there by fire, by force. Okay, spending days in the jungle safari and the night at cabin would be their perfect honeymoon getaway for 2 weeks. Okay, the first week was fantastic. It was fantastic as they got to see a lot of wildlife closely and the natural beauty of Africa. On the ninth day, as they slept, he heard some noises. They were warned not to go out at night under any circumstances, but he could not sleep and he ventured out as he heard some tribal music and songs. Something kept on pulling him in the direction of the sounds as he followed it. He finally reached the place where he saw a bizarre ritual. Many monkeys were sitting quietly on a tree as tribals danced around a fire while reciting hymns. As he turned back, he felt him being pulled by the tribals. So, in other words, they appeared out of nowhere. Or what happened? I don't get it. He screamed and shouted, but no one did anything. He was tied to a tree with a monkey, and a tribal priest started reciting. He poured some water. Who poured water? The priest. Okay. He poured some water, tied a bracelet made up of animal. Guys, listen to this. Oh, hi. I like you too. He poured some water, tied a bracelet made up of animal nails. Did you guys hear that? And then slit his wrist. While he was tied with a monkey with slit wrist. That doesn't make sense. He shouted and screamed, but the ritual went on with the tribals continuing as if he was not present at all. As blood drained slowly, he lost his consciousness. Also, the priest slit the guy's wrist. Okay, I get it now. I get it. The next day, she woke up and found him nowhere. The fiance, right? No, the husband, not the fiance, because they got married, remember, right? The next day, she woke up and found him nowhere. She alerted the tour folks, and a search was launched. Everyone wanted to help, and a team of 300 people joined the operation, including the wife. How? Is that the end of the story? Just like that? Oh, okay. Okay, and then the last part. He was sitting on the tree. He was looking at his new body. Who is he? Who is this he that they're talking about? He was sitting on the tree. He was looking at his new body. He could jump. He could jump from tree to tree. Meaning, he saw the folks and knew they were searching for him. And then he saw her, the wife, right? All sad, very upset, tired, searching for him, right? He called out to her in his monkey voice. Did you guys hear that? So technically, they turned the guy into a monkey. Wow. But she ignored them because obviously the wife thought it was just a normal monkey, not knowing that that was her husband. That is her husband, in fact. But she ignored them. He knew it would be the last time. Okay, I don't see the last part. The last part is basically like this. Like, I can't see what's happening here. He knew it would be the last time. I think it says he knew it would be the last time he saw or even heard from her. Yeah, that's what I think it says. The end. Vikam, is it Vikam or Vikam? How do you pronounce your name? What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? Okay, guys, moving on. Like, oh, this room is so hot, you guys. Like, I can't. Okay, so the rest of these stories, I got them from Facebook, right? Right. So the second story reads, okay. Admin, please approve my post and pardon me for my bad English. Okay, some years ago, a man was on his way home, driving in a very long stretch of road, which is without human settlement. So he was in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere, just after descending the mountain, he stopped for a wee. As it was at night, he just opened the door and stood right close to the car and helped himself. Sorry. As he turned back to the car, to his surprise, there sat a lady on a passenger seat. How the hell did she get in? Why would you stop your car in the middle of nowhere? That was the first mistake. Why would you stop your car in the middle of nowhere? As he turned back to the car, to his surprise, there sat a lady on a passenger seat. He didn't hear when the door was opened and closed. Terrified and confused, he went into the car and drove off. So is the lady still in the car or what? He concentrated on driving and was still thinking on what to say to the hitchhiker. Oh, so she's still in the car, okay. After driving for some few kilometers, he pulled off the road and stopped. He asked the woman some few questions. How did you get into my car? The woman answered. No, the woman didn't answer. She just stared at him. Who are you? The guy asked. There was still no answer from the woman. What do you want in my car? Still no answer. And then the guy, very angrily shouting, Hey, I'm asking you, who are you and how did you get into my car? The woman was blushing. I would have ran. I would have left my car there and started running. Period. Let's fast forward. Dun 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 dun. Cause today I don't feel like doing it. Okay. Blush, okay. Okay, the woman blushing, she said, Let's go. I will tell you before. What the hell did you write? Let's go. I will tell you before I alight on the four-way ahead. On the four-way ahead. Oh, okay. He started the engine and drove. This guy, you miss me. Okay, I miss you too. He started the you. Hey yo, what's up, bro? What's up? He started the engine and drove, right? It was getting very cold inside the car. He tried to switch on the aircon, but it didn't work. At about 100 meters before the four-way, the woman bursted, laughing hysterically with her face facing upward. The driver slammed the brakes and pulled off the road. Suddenly, the woman vanished while he was looking at her. He sped off. By then, the aircon started working. Yo, I can't imagine how the guy must be feeling right now. That was honestly a horrible encounter. I don't ever want to experience something like this. I don't think I'd obviously go mad. Knowing myself, I'd obviously go mad. So yeah, guys. Okay, let's go to our next story. It's titled "The Old Railway Tunnel." Okay. My name is Titus. I'm what you call a watcher. I have seen many things, many terrible, terrible things, but I have witnessed random acts of gentle kindness. Okay. Why? Okay, let me not answer that. Let me not answer. Every time you guys are always asking me about my age. Why is my age so important, you guys? Like, why is my age so important? Gentle kindness. I was born and raised in Bloomington. My family and I lived right next to the huge rail yard. Okay. Growing up, I played all around the rail yard. My favorite spot was tunnel. Oh, my favorite spot was a tunnel that was underneath the rail yard, so workers could go. So workers could get from one side of Chestnut Street to the other. That was what the tunnel was built for, but the whole town used it. Obviously, it's safer that way, I mean. I had a secret spot in the tunnel, hidden from view, but I could see everyone and everything passing by. Okay. Whoa, don't fall, you bitches. No. I had a secret. Uh, Everyone and everything came. One day from my hiding spot, I saw a woman approaching. It was only on the rarest occasion would you see a female use this tunnel. It was a dangerous place. Makes sense. The woman approaching didn't seem scared at all. This unnerved me. Her dress was shabby to say the least. Her head covered most of her facial features. And the most unnerving thing was it didn't seem like she was walking at all, more like hovering along. She was approaching at a very slow pace. I could feel my body tensing up more and more as she approached ever so slowly. Like, yeah, I mean, this person is not working, so obviously that was bound to happen. I am so nervous, so very nervous. Then I noticed a very peculiar scene. Is that my mom? Never mind. Then I noticed a very peculiar scene. Teams of big, filthy rats running in from her. What the hell? Screeching a deathly noise. Okay, let's fast forward. Down in this tunnel, rats were 10 or 15 pounds. Most of the time, they didn't pay much attention to humans. They might scurry away if you get too close, but most of the time, they didn't seem scared of humans. Most of the time, it was the other way around. When the woman was about 15 feet from my hidden spot, I smelled a deathly odor permeating the tunnel. The smell was ghastly. That was definitely not a human. That was not a human. Slowly but surely, the woman finally. Oh, nah, it's hot, guys. Let me drink water. Mm-mm. My nose is literally sweating. Like, fuck. Okay. Where was I? Slowly but surely, the woman finally was right below my hiding spot. I stopped breathing. Then the woman stopped. She didn't look up. As I feared she would, the only thing I heard was her snarling. Then the snarl stopped. Fast forward. Everything in the tunnel was dead still. Huh. Then I heard a small whisper come from the woman. I see you, Titus the Watcher. This night you will be able to watch forever. The next day, crews from the railroad entered the tunnel from all three entrances. What they smelled and witnessed was rancid. They found the 15 dead bodies. 15 dead bodies. Where the hell did those come from? They found the 15 dead bodies in the tunnel this day. Each one had his eyeballs. Oh, so the 15 dead bodies were the workers. Each one had his eyeballs bored out. It was a gruesome scene, like I can imagine. All the dead were homeless men that lived in the tunnels. Shame, man. The railroad crews didn't find what they were looking for this day. A young girl had went missing the previous evening. She was last spotted by the western entrance to the tunnel. As crews passed by Titus' hidden spot, Titus was just finishing his meal from the night before. So Titus is still alive. Titus sat back, full belly. He looked adoringly at his newest treasure, a pretty pink hair clip. The tunnel still exists, so does Titus. Okay, this story didn't move me at all. Okay, let's move to the next one. Are you guys still good? Are you guys still with me? Japanese urban legends. Teke teke. Okay? Or is it tiki tiki? I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. The urban legend of Teke Teke is a chilling tale from Japan that tells the story of a vengeful ghost or supernatural creature. The name Teke Teke is derived from the sound it makes as it moves. The legend typically goes like this. Origin. The story usually centers around a young woman, often a schoolgirl, who meets a tragic and gruesome end. In some versions, she falls onto a train track and is cut in half. By an oncoming train, while in others, she's the victim of a violent attack. Sure. After her death, The girl's spirit is said to be so consumed by anger, pain, and despair that she transforms into a vengeful spirit. Shame, man. Her upper body is separated from her lower half, and she is left crawling on her hands, making a teke teke sound as she moves. The teke teke spirit is often described as having long, unkempt hair that covers her face, making her difficult to identify. She may also be seen wearing a white hospital gown or a white dress stained with blood. The teke teke spirit is known for stalking her victims, particularly at night. If she catches someone, she will brutally unalive them, often by slashing them in half with a sharp instrument. The only way to potentially escape from the teke teke is to... Bitch, oh, I'm reading ghost stories and then all of a sudden I'm now hearing things. Okay. The only way to potentially escape from the teke teke is to outrun her. What the hell was that? Amen. Okay. The only way to potentially escape from the teke teke is to outrun her or find a safe place to hide. Some versions of the legend suggest that if you encounter her and she asks you if you have seen her legs, you should respond with, I don't know, as giving her a negative answer may anger her. The teke teke legend is often used as a cautionary tale to discourage people, especially children, from staying out late at night or wandering alone in dangerous areas. It has been widely shared in Japanese folklore and urban legend culture and has also inspired movies. Okay, I should really check out these movies. I've never heard of it. It has been widely shared in Japanese folklore and urban legend culture and has also inspired movies, books, and other forms of media. The fear of encountering the teke teke spirit is a popular theme in Japanese horror story. Okay, do you guys know of this legend, or is it just another legend that, if you do, please do comment down below and tell me what exactly do you know about the teke teke, if that's how you pronounce it. Moving on. Okay. Is this the fourth story? I'm not sure. Okay, it reads, Mr. Robinson was in jail waiting for his death trial. He cannot believe that this is his end. He was thinking what caused his downfall. His cell was totally dark and quiet. Just when Mr. Robertson saw a shadowy figure. Well, not one, but many. Did you guys hear that? Not one, but many. All the shadows were of animals. The animals he killed by poison. That is definitely my mom. Mr. Robinson could Mr. Robinson, like, I am busy, madam. Mr. Robinson couldn't believe his eyes. There was no sign of the black cat. The animals were coming closer and closer, like they were asking what was their fault. What? And she's gonna do that until I come out. Manja, I am live. I'm most definitely not gonna go out because, like, I'm busy, madam. Mr. Robinson started screaming. Just then, the prison guards came to take him for his death sentence. Mr. Robinson kept screaming all the way. Even when he was being hanged, even when he was being hanged on, covered with a black mask, Mr. Robinson could see for the last time the black cat standing right outside. Whew. To, to his horror, he kept seeing it until the guards pulled the lever and his neck. Yeah, yeah, TMI. TMI. Yeah, I'm not gonna read this part because yeah, YouTube is gonna be on my case, I know, but you guys can imagine what happened, right? Just like that, it was actually a revenge story. If only he knew the black cat wasn't an ordinary cat. It was a myth, a legend. Who came out just for revenge? Nobody can kill it. The end. So, meaning the cat, killed Mr. Robertson. You know, according to my understanding, that's what I think happened. My mom is calling me out. Okay, let's read another story. Yo. Titled The Conclusion, or What's Happening Here. Okay? The title of the story is The Conclusion, I think. No. Yeah, okay. Hippen Garden City Society is nothing but a cursed building now. I've never heard of it. Ever since the accident, no one came here to buy or rent it. It is left abandoned ever since. Nipona woke up at 4 a.m. She doesn't know why. I mean, it's obvious. When you wake up around 2 to 4, you need to pray because, yeah. Those hours are the devil's hours, from what I was taught. So you need to pray. Nipona woke up at 4 a.m. She doesn't know why. She suddenly looked outside the window. All his animal friends were there, saying goodbye to her for the last time. What's it with animals? Like, what is it with animals? They finally met peace. Nipona was crying as they slowly faded away. On the other hand, Claus was spending restless nights for some time. Who the hell is Claus? Finally, one night he saw the same shadowy figure. Claus jumped to see what it was. It was the one and only, the black cat, Pluto with one eye. So, nigga, I am live. That's the one and only, the black cat, Pluto with one eye. Claus glanced at it for a moment until Pluto just disappeared again. What the hell? Claus knew Pluto did come back, but gone again, as its job is that, oh, Pluto is the cat, okay. How are you? I'm good, madam. How are you? Good. Understand. Ke live dudu. Mama hle re ke ka de. Mama hle. Mama go. Can I join you? Where? I should get the little better. No. Hello, Faye. Hello. Hi. This is my mom, guys.
Hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
Now y'all understand where I get my personality from.
That's my younger twin, this one. Sorry, my twin.
Okay.
How are you guys?
Masha.
I'm good, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Shopping. I think this is the second last story. Okay, moving on. Okay, it reads, in a quiet village surrounded by dense, shadowy woods, there was a legend about a creature known as the Hollow Man. The story went that he was once a kind hearted villager who had fallen victim to a dark curse. Now he roamed the forest, his body a mere shell, empty and devoid of humanity, seeking warmth and life to fill the void within him. One chilly autumn evening, a young woman named Clara, new to the village, heard the tale from the locals. Intrigued and somewhat skeptical, she decided to explore the woods, hoping to catch a glimpse of the mythical creature. Clara, why would you do that? Like, I can already tell that this has got to be a wrong idea. Okay. As dusk fell, Clara ventured deeper into the trees, her flashlight flickering against the encroaching darkness. The air grew colder, and a thick fog began to roll in, wrapping around the trunks like ghostly fingers. As she walked, Clara felt an unsettling sensation, as if she were being watched. Shaking off the feeling, she pressed on, convinced it was just her imagination. No, boo, that ain't your imagination. Suddenly, the silence of the woods was shattered by a low, haunting whisper that seemed to echo around her. Help me! Find me! The voice sent a shiver down her spine, but curiosity propelled her forward. Following the sound, she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in an airy silver light. In the center stood a figure, tall and gaunt, shrouded in darkness. The Hollow Man. His face was a hollow void, and where his eyes should have been were only empty sockets. Clara's heart raced, but she felt an what the hell? Oh, an inexplicable pull towards him, as if he were calling her closer. Help me, he rasped, his voice a chilling blend of sorrow and desperation. I need warmth. Yeah, Usgera. I'm not sure. Clara hesitated, torn between fear and pity. It's a trap! That is most definitely a trap, Clara. What do you want? She managed to ask, her voice trembling. Find me, he repeated, extending a skeletal hand toward her. Bring me life and I will be free. So technically, this Hollow Man wants a sacrifice, which is, I don't want to say it because YouTube. Against her better judgment, Clara stepped closer. In that moment, she saw flickers of light, memories of those who had wandered into the woods before her, their faces twisted in fear, their eyes pleading for escape. Sorry. Panic surged through her, and she turned to flee, but the Hollow Man's voice stopped her. Stay! You can't leave. You're too warm, too alive. Clara ran, the sound of his footsteps echoing behind her, growing louder and more frantic. The trees seemed to close in around her, branches clawing at her clothes as if trying to hold her back. She could feel his cold breath on her neck, his presence suffocating. Just as she thought she might be caught, Clara burst into the village, gasping for breath. The warmth of the lights from the houses enveloped her, and she stumbled to a stop, turning back to the woods. But the Hollow Man was gone, swallowed by the shadows. The villagers found her trembling, and when she told them what had happened, they exchanged worried glances. You shouldn't have gone there because they told her, right? An old woman warned. He can sense your warmth. You drawn to his attention. Yeah, that was fast. Days turned into weeks, and Clara tried to put the experience behind her. Yet every night she felt a chill creeping into her room, an icy presence lurking just beyond her window. So, meaning this hollow man is now attached to her, right? She could hear whispers in the wind, calling her name, beckoning her back to the woods. One evening, unable to resist any longer, Clara returned to the edge of the forest. As she stood there, the fog rolled in. She felt the familiar pull. Help me. The hollow man's voice echoed in her mind, a siren song she couldn't ignore. She stepped into the darkness, drawn deeper into the woods, the whispers growing louder. Yo, my cousin Edie, you're calling me. Nigga, I'll get back to you. Yeah, this is the last story. She stepped into the darkness, dip, drawn deeper into the woods, the whispers growing louder. Okay. And as the villagers looked on from a distance, they realized with horror that Clara had become another lost soul, another flickering light snuffed out in the presence of the hollow man, forever trapped in the shadows, seeking warmth that will never come. Curiosity killed the cat. Basically, that's what happened. Okay, this is the last story. Hopeful. It reads, one day in our old haunted house, there was just myself and my youngest daughter. I said, will you come up to the attic with me and clear that square of landing? Everything ended up there. So armed with two black bags, we went. After only 2 minutes, a large gust of wind, the sort you only get outside, blew our hair and clothes about. Did you feel that? I said yes. She shouted halfway down the first set of stairs. Who shouted? Did the daughter shout or? I soon joined her. Forget the landing, let's go and have a nice cup of tea. There was no way such a large gust of wind happened up there or anywhere in the house, not even a small one. I hated those rooms. I have what? What the hell did you write? I have heard it. I have heard it is now flat. Good luck to them. Okay, I don't know what this person wanted to talk about, honestly. Okay. In the same bedroom, getting ready to go out, my John had already gone meeting his mate, fought a game of snooker. I was sitting at my dressing table putting my makeup on when a voice said, get out now. Our bedroom was the width of the house and the door at the far end. I got up and rushed, closing the door behind me. Then a heavy thud followed. I put on my coat and set out. Met my friend. She said, you look as though you've seen a ghost. When we got home, you wouldn't want. Ew. I don't know what she wanted to say here because wait. When okay. When we got home, I wouldn't go in the bedroom till John had. Now, bearing in mind that's a Victorian house with heavy doors, right? John went in and said, come and look. There was a deep, thick gorge right across the door, and still the day the day we left. Yeah, I don't get the story. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in my next live. Love and love y'all. Let me live and love y'all. Bye, y'all.